So I think I would probably agree with the points you made there. When we look back in 10 years' time, now will be the time that the energy transition became accepted as is happening and has to happen, isn't it? And I really feel, as I sort of, as I'm sure you do, navigate the world of electric vehicles particularly, the naysayers and the deniers are now beginning to be significantly outweighed by the people saying this is factual and has to be addressed. And that in itself is a fundamental change which leads to eventually it happening, right? Because once everyone accepts it, you can move into an implementation phase. But it's certainly been fascinating alongside Fully Charged for most of 10 years, working in the phase before it became generally accepted and perhaps being an outspoken and unusual voice in, we think this might be the future.
Yeah. And I mean, I think those things like, just the general attitude. And I mean, even in my attitude, so I will get a comment or a message or a tweet or whatever from someone who goes, electric cars just aren't ready yet, and I'll stick with my diesel. And there would have been a time where I'd have gone, well, it might be worth considering the externalities of a diesel, blah, blah, blah. Now I go, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. You stick with your diesel because any of our individual decisions around land transportation are utterly irrelevant because electric cars are coming. I've now, it's not a confidence, it's just knowledge. What are the majority of cars going to be in 15 years' time? They're going to be electric. And the majority of vehicles as well. I think that's a really critical thing. You just, now the amount of reports that articles and stuff, it's 5 years ago it would be a company in Wales have bought 3 electric vans for delivery, and you go, blimey, that's news. Now it is Amazon have just accepted their 1,000th van from one distribution. It's 100% electric. They charge them there. They've got vehicle-to-grid systems. They've got solar on the roof. It's not 1 or 2 vans. It's 1,000, and in America it's 100,000. Amazon have just ordered. So that scale of stuff is no point having an argument about whether diesel, my clean diesel, is just, those arguments are now just pointless.
We've gone from, I refer to it as a bit like a snowball, isn't it? Where first with a snowball you have to sort of push it, and then eventually it gets enough momentum and it starts to roll down the hill on its own, and then eventually you have to run to keep up with the thing. And I think we're just as a society at the point where we just need to start running to keep up with this sort of energy transition snowball, which is now gathering sufficient momentum that it's happening whatever.